The top 10 things brass musicians should stop immediately. This is a book that you really need to get if you play a brass instrument. And I'm talking about tuba, trombone, French horn, baritone, euphonium. Did I leave one out? Trombone, trumpet. You get the picture. You know, sometimes it's a lot easier to stop something that you're doing than it is to start something. I'm going to just give you, a couple of examples. Imagine you get on a bike and you got to start pedaling and get it going. That takes a different kind of energy as opposed to you're already traveling on a bike at 15 miles an hour and you got to slow down to a stop. You just got to stop and get off. Much easier. It's harder to start your work day, isn't it? And get up and get going and get in the routine than it is to stop. Same with school, getting up for school. It's everything that we start, there can be a different kind of mental activity and psychology to it. And for lots of different activities, it's just much simpler to stop something. And the same thing with playing a brass instrument. In this book, Top 10 Things Brass Musicians Should Stop Immediately, there really are 10 things, and you may not be doing all of them, but certainly you would want to know if you're doing a couple of them, because it's easy to stop them if you're doing it. It's a no-brainer. So you got to get this book. Now, what have some people said about the course, the 4-month course, which is, in essence, a little bit of the book, too. Says Michael Franklin, he's a comeback player. My range went from high E above high C to a piercing double A. Now, he's a trumpet player. I believe this guy was from Chicago. He says, this trumpet program with Kurt was filled with useful techniques and exercises that I have incorporated into my routine. They have greatly improved my range and strength. Thanks, Kurt. And that's REM. He has a master's in music education. He's a freelance trumpeter. And he was also involved in the course. So the course actually has, now the 4-month course has more than 65 techniques. In the book, you're getting a bonus technique that actually comes from the course. It's one of the best loved techniques. It's practical. It really works, and it works quickly for any brass player. It's inspired by the legendary trumpeter Bill Chase. In fact, I even include a link in the bonus technique, so you can click on the link and hear Bill doing what inspired me to create this technique. And you're going to get the chills when you hear him, but it's very piercing. Keep your speakers down. You'll shatter the glass where you live. So it's you're going to love listening to him do that. And it's just a little 30-second clip. This is the first time I've written out one of my techniques, and the reason I typically don't do that if you're in the 4-month program is because when you look at all the notes above the ledger line, even if you're playing a bass clef instrument, when you're 5 ledger lines above the staff, people tend to tense up, and people can talk themselves out of actually getting the note. So when I deliver the techniques in the course, I'm talking you through the technique just like I am right now. I'm explaining it. I'm giving you the title of the technique. I'm telling you how long to do it, how to do it, and then I actually demonstrate it myself, and then you do a little bit back to let me know that you can actually get it going yourself. All without looking at the music on the page, and I find that people have a lot better success doing it that way. But this is the first time that I've actually notated it down, so it's actually written out for tuba, trombone, euphonium, French horn, trumpet, all the way up to the particular version I play, which is way on up there. It's all written out. So you'll get to have that, and you can actually start on the technique right away if you wish, and I highly recommend doing that. I even give you some notes on and tips on how to best do the technique to get the quickest results. Let's see what else we can talk about here real quick before I let you go. Of course, my website is trumpetsizzle.com, and my channel here at YouTube is Your Brass Instructor. There's some free tutorials that you can just check out here. Some of them are from the course, so might as well look at those as well. Some of the secrets, I'm not going to give the whole book away to you because I actually want you to go get it. But some of the things that you're going to learn, um, in addition to the Bill Chase technique, let's see, let's go down here. Okay, here we go. You're going to learn why most known or mainstream trumpet and brass methods, like the Claude Gordon, the James Stamps, Carmine Caruso, balanced embouchure, TCE, all those techniques and methods that you've heard about, maybe even tried, they won't spark true range building phenomena until you learn this very important secret, and that's included in the book. Why choosing a brass teacher who can demonstrate and play in the upper register is a must. Anything less, and you will be left with your pockets empty and your chops still hurting. You must study with someone who can play and teach. Don't settle for less. This one is a no-brainer. And I'm always astonished how many people come into my course, and when I find out who they studied with, even if it's not someone that's high profile, 90% of the time they're studying with someone who is not even a lead trumpet player, who can't play above a D or E above the staff if they're a trumpet player. So it's pretty amazing to me how that happens, and how can you expect to actually really develop your upper register if you're working with someone who's only operating on theory. Remember, they're operating on the same stuff that you know. They've never put it to the test. Common upper register principles that work well in theory and possibly even on your couch at home, but fail miserably when you step into your rehearsal gig. Have you had that happen? You're jamming at home, things are going well, you got a little range happening, you've been trying a couple of things, and then you go to your rehearsal, or you show up at the gig, or you're subbing, and damn, your chops fail. They're fuzzy, don't have the endurance, you don't have the power, the notes aren't coming out. Countless trumpet players, trombone players, tuba players, baritone players, and French horn players are making these deadly mistakes every day and don't even know that they're killing their chops and endurance in the process. You got to find out what you're doing wrong, and you're going to find it in this book. Now, this is something really interesting. Why even the best trumpet players that ever walked the planet couldn't even teach their own children how to play the trumpet. Incredibly, I am talking about both Maynard Ferguson and Maurice Andre. Now, they were both my heroes. They're my top two trumpet players that I listened to all my life. And I've actually played both of their music, and you can hear live performances of me doing both of them, both of their stuff. Both sent their kids to seriously study trumpet with somebody else. Boggles your mind. So why did this happen? Well, you're going to find out in the book. It's very amazing. It's just hard to believe, but it's true. You know what? If you've ever dreamed of playing powerfully and having beautifully sounding notes in the upper register, plus having last all night endurance, then you're going to love this book. You really are. And that goes, now I have a kind of a trumpet slant on this because I'm a trumpet player, but I play all the brass instruments, but professionally trumpet is it. So you'll kind of get a little extra edge of the trumpet, but it really doesn't matter. If you're playing into a mouthpiece and it's going into a tuba, a French horn, a euphonium, or baritone, even if you read baritone, treble clef, or trombone, and if I left out a brass instrument, I don't think that I did, but this will help you. No question about it. And if you're killing time on YouTube, after you buy the book, go back to my channel and watch the tons and tons of people that have graduated my courses giving rave reviews about how it changed their life. You really want to see what happened to regular folks that got involved with the course and what happened to them once they graduated. So click on the link below in the notes. It'll take you right to the book. The book I've priced expressly low because I consult with people not just in US or Canada. I really also consult with people that are in Brazil, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and on and on and on. So I priced the book lower than normal because I want everybody around the world, even if their currency is not the US dollar, I want everybody to be able to have a chance to improve their playing and make life a lot more fun. So I'm Kurt Thompson. You'll enjoy the book. Best of luck to you.